Namaste. We had been learning the Hastas from the Abhinaya Darpan. You learned the Asamyukta and the Samyukta Hastas and their usages or Vinyoga. We learned how to use them for our daily activities, for romantic scenes, for scenes of war, and to depict nature. In this episode, we will begin with the Hastas for the deities, Devata Hasta. You know the Hastas now, and so as you hear the shloka from the Abhinaya Darpan, you will be able to do it yourself. So beginning with the grand trinity of the Hindu pantheon, which is Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Brahma. So for Brahma, you have Chatura on the left and Hamsasya for the right hand. Then we come to Shiva, because in the Abhinaya Darpan, the description of Shiva is just after Brahma. So let us hear it.
Shambhorvame Mrigashirshastripatakastu dakshine.
So you have Mrigashirsha for your left hand and Tripataka for your right. Now Vishnu.
Hastabhyam tripatakastu Vishnu hasta sakirtita.
Both hands are Tripataka for Vishnu. Now you know that in Kathak for Brahma, we often use a gesture for meditation. Then again for Shiva or Shambhu, we use the Trishul. For Vishnu, we have the chakra. But these are the descriptions of Devata Hasta in Abhinaya Darpan. Next we come to Saraswati.
Suchi krito dakshine cha Vame hansa samakriti Kapetha kohapi bharatyakara syaditi sammata.
There are two descriptions for Saraswati Hasta. One is with the Suchi and the Hamsasya, and the other is the Kapitha, left hand up, right hand down. This obviously depicts the Veena that Saraswati is playing, and Hamsasya is also there for Brahma, because the Hamsa is significant of learning, and Suchi is for the right hand for Saraswati. So Hamsasya and Suchi, or both Kapitha. Then Parvati.
Odhadha prasritavardha chandrakyo vamadakshino abhayo varadashchaiva parvatya karayirita.
Ardhachandra, left hand higher up, right hand down. And this is Parvati's pose, Hastas for Parvati. Now we come to Lakshmi.
Ansopakanthe hastabhyam kapitastu shriyakara.
Lakshmi, the hands are held high, almost near the neck, around the shoulders, and we have the Kapitha Hasta, Ganesh.
Uragotyabhyam hastabhyam kapitho vighnaratkara.
You know, another name of Ganesh is Vignanasha, or he who does away with all difficulties or vignas. And Kapitha is again used, but this time not near the shoulders but near the thighs. Then we come to Kartikeya, because we have had Shiva and Parvati, Saraswati, Lakshmi, Ganesh, and now the fourth child of Parvati and Shiva, Kartikeya.
Vame kare trishulancha shikharo dakshine kare urdhangate षण्मुखस्य हस्तस्यादिति कीर्तिता.
Kartikeya had 6 heads, so he is called Shanamukha, or six-headed, and his hastas are the Trishul and the Shikhar. Now we come to the next god as described in the Abhinaya Darpan, who is Cupid or Manmatha.
Vame kare tu shikharo dakshine kataka mukha manmathasya kara prokto नाट्य शास्त्रार्थ कोविदै.
Now we know that Cupid used to use the flowers for his arrows, and so this is for plucking the flower, and then this denotes the holding of the bow, and so this is Manmatha. Manmatha. Then we come to the king of the gods, Indra.
Tripataka-shvastikascha shatruhasta-prakirtita.
So we have the Tripataka and also the swastika. Again we know that even in the Abhinaya Darpan, we have been told that the Vajra is shown for Indra. So here too the Tripataka hand is used. We now come to Agni or fire.
Tripatako dakshine tu vame kangula hastaka agni hasta sabigyo natya shastra visharadai.
So in the right hand we have Tripataka and Kangula in the left to show the god of fire or Agni. Now we come to Yama, the god of death, also known as the god of righteousness. Yama.
Vame pasho dakshine tu suchi yamakara smrita.
So this is Yama, the lord of death, also of righteousness, because it is when we die that we get the justice that we deserve. We now come to Varun, the lord of the seas, the lord of the waters.
Patako dakshine vame shikharo varunakara.
So for Varun, we have Pataka on the right and Shikhara on the left. Now we come to Vayu.
Aralo dakshine haste vame cha ardhapataka dhrita chedvayu devasya kara ityabhidhiyate.
Vayu is the lord of the winds, and he holds the Arala on the right and Ardhapataka on the left. And to show the winds, we were also using the hands in this way. Now we come to Kuber, who is the lord of wealth. He is like the banker of the gods. Okay, Kuber.
Vame padmang dakshine tu gada yakshapate kara.
So for Kuber or Yakshapati, we have the lotus, which symbolizes wealth, and he holds the gada, probably to protect the wealth from being plundered. So these are the Devata Hastas. We now come to the Dash Avatara Hastas. We know that Vishnu was born on this earth, or rather, he took a form whenever the world was in danger. And he was born many times, out of which 10 incarnations are taken as special. So the first is Matsya, or the fish, with the shloka.
tat skandha samo karau dhrito vatsyavatārasya hasta iti ābhinaya.
You had learned the Matsya Hasta in the Samyukta Hastas, and when this Matsya Hasta is held near the shoulders, it denotes or depicts Matsya avatar. So the first avatar is the fish. Now we know, even from science, that life in this world began from the waters, and so the first incarnation is the fish. The second is Kurma, or the tortoise, the amphibian. With the shloka,
Kurmahastam darshayitva tataskandha samo karau dhrito kurmavatarasya hasta iti ābhinaya.
now we come to the next avatar, Varaha avatar, the wild animal, the boar, and we have Mrigashirsha Hastas, one on top of the other. Let us hear the shloka.
Darshayitva varahantu katiparsva samokaro dhrito varaha avatarasya devasa karayishvate.
In fact, you had learnt Varaha Hasta for the Samyukta Hastas. This you will keep near your waist for Varaha avatar. We now come to the next avatar, Narasimha or Nrisimha avatar, who is half man, half lion. Let us hear the shloka.
Vame singhamukham dhritva dakshine tripatakikam Narasingha avatarasya hasta idutyate budhai.
So wise men tell us that in the left hand we hold the Singha Mukha, in the right the Tripataka. Now this signifies the lion, for Narasimha is half lion, and this his godlike qualities, Narasimha. The next avatar is Baman or the pygmy. Let us hear the shloka first.
Ordhayadho dhitamushtibhyam savyanyam vyam jadi sthita savamana avatarasya hasta iti ābhinaya.
Now, since Baman is short and he is also frail in a way, so he is holding the stick and the left hand is raised, the right lower down, and he has the Mushti Hasta, Vaman. We now come to Parasurama. He is often known as the axe man when the human beings are emerging. So in the beginning, the weapon was the axe. So Parasurama. Let us hear the shloka.
Vāman kati-tate nyasya dakshine ardha-patakika dhrita parashuramasya hasta iti avidhiyate.
Parasurama holds the Ardhachandra on his waist and the Ardhapataka held high to depict the axe. We now come to one of the most beautiful avatars, Ram. Let us hear the shloka describing the Hastas of Ram.
Kapitho dakshine haste vame tu shikhara kara urdhang dhrito Rāmchandra hasta iti uchyate budhai.
So, on the left hand, he has the shikhar, on the right, the kapitha. He is pulling the bow, ready to shoot the arrow. Ram avatar. Ram is a higher form than the axeman, for he holds the bow and arrow, which are more sophisticated weapons. Now we come to Balaram. With Balaram comes agriculture, cultivation, which is a higher form of civilization. So let us hear the shlokas for Balaram.
Patako dakshine haste mushtir vamakare tatha Balarama avatarasya hasta ityuchyate budhoi.
So wise men tell us that Balaram holds the pataka on his right and the mushti to his left, as if he is plowing the fields for cultivation. We now come to our great Krishna avatar. So let us hear the shloka for Krishna.
Mrigashirshetu hastabhyam anyonyabhimukhe krite asyopakante krishnasya hasta ituchyate budhai.
So wise men tell us that for Krishna, we have the Mrigashirsha facing each other. And we know that this depicts Krishna playing the flute. And now the 10th avatar, who is yet to come, Kalki avatar, who will ride the white horse and destroy all that is evil. So let us hear the Hasta Viniyoga for Kalki.
Patako dakshine vame tripatak karo dhrita kal कल्कियाख्यस्य अवतारस्य हस्त इत्यभिधीयते.
So Kalki has Tripataka on the left hand, Pataka on the right. And this we can use to show the horse, and this his sword. Again, we can bring the hands together. Kalki. So these are the 10 avatars. Now a question which might come up in your minds is that we often think of Buddha as the 9th avatar. Actually, while the various religions were interacting with each other and the Buddhists were growing in numbers, the Hindus came to accept Buddha as the 9th avatar. And although Abhinaya Darpan does not describe the hasta for Buddha, it is the Dola hasta. Buddha is meditating. Then you might say, well, why did they leave out Krishna? Well, they said, Krishna is the Lord Supreme. So all these incarnations are his incarnations. But if you go to the Jagannath temple, you will not find an image of Buddha in the 10 avatars. Krishna is there. So before the Buddhists, or rather Buddha, came to be accepted by the Hindus, Krishna was the 9th avatar. So let us quickly go through the 10 avatars. Matsya, the fish; Kurma, the tortoise; Varaha, the boar; Nrsimha, half man, half lion, who killed Hiranyakashipu; Vaman, the pygmy; then Parasurama, the axeman; Ram, who wielded the bow and the arrow; Balarama, who was the pioneer of cultivation; then Krishna, the great god and the great musician too; and finally Kalki, who is yet to come. So these are the hastas for the 10 avatars, and also the hastas for the various gods. In the next episode, we will learn the hastas for the 9 grahas or the planets, then for various relationships and various castes. So do practice what you have learned, and I wish you all the best. Namaste.